And okay, it's live now. Um, all right, welcome everybody. Um, I'm coming back into the frame. Howdy, everybody. I am glad it's Friday. I'm going to be sipping a little bit on some coffee because it has been a long week.
Yes.
But I'm glad that everyone is here, and um, it's good to be here. So. um, Give it a few minutes, while people are coming in. Okay, and I just turn around and I see I'm just barely in the frame, so you know, not trying to crowd space, but howdy.
I should have thought to ask you to make me coffee.
Oh well, you want a sip of mine?
No. Because I won't sip it.
Yeah, but no, we were up a little late, had to get up early, didn't really sleep.
No.
So just kind of one of those days. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I got to get fortune cookies. But you know what? It's a good thing because I have a whole box now. So we are stocked. Yes, and it's great too because I got to support a local business. And that's one of those things that I would say, yeah, we can order just about anything online now. But if you can find it from a local business, do that because for one, you're saving on shipping, but two, you're making sure that local folks stay in business. So. Yeah, and oh, okay. Gabriel, I love coffee, but my melatonin is taking effect. What time zone are you in, Gabriel? Is it time for bed? Because I know for our folks on the East Coast, it's kind of late, and so some of them, aren't able to tune in, especially if they have to work on Saturdays. But
we have a couple people in Europe. It's like really late.
Yeah.
It's so late for them. It's early.
Exactly. So late, it's early. But no, we're always grateful to have you. And yeah, for those folks that are not in kind of the middle of the U.S., and it's more work to tune in. We love you for it. We thank you. So
including you folks in Europe and elsewhere.
Well, that's what especially what I was saying is those folks. We're grateful you're with us. So. But for tonight, we had two feasts that come up at this point. Both of them, they're not necessarily connected that we know about, but you have a feast of Amun and then a feast of Wadjyt, both entering the sky. Now, we don't really know what that means, but we also know that there was a feast of Hathor entering the sky earlier in the season. This would have been in the fall. What's fall for us, the season of Wadjyt. And it would take a lot more research to try to, tease out what that might have been referring to. Although one thing that I can't help but wonder is because I believe around in another week or so will be the point where the sun will line up and go all the way to the back of Abu Simbel. And so the statues of Amun, Ra, and Ramesses at the back in the Holy of Holies would be illuminated. And then Ptah, because he's, I believe it's Ptah who's taking on kind of a chthonic, aspect. He's kind of representing the underworld, and he's still in shadow. But the others, and it's late February, and then in October, which also is around the same time that you had the Feast of Hathor entering the sky. So there might have been some kind of an astronomical connection for it, but we don't know. It would take more research. But as it is, it's a chance for us to honor a couple of deities, and we will be also including some others because Anubis has a feast on Valentine's Day, and that's going to be in the middle of the week, but we can include him as well. So. Okay, does Bast have any connection to doorways? I got a statue about the size of a small cat, and I'm thinking about placing her next to my door and making a mini shrine there.
Cats sit in doorways naturally.
Oh, well, the whole thing about threshold kittying. Well, what's so funny, I don't know if I could share it from my from the computer here onto to here, but there's a Transformers meme. So anyone who gets it with the original Transformers, because Ravage transformed from a cassette into a panther, a feline, and so there's this drawing of Soundwave with Ravage like hanging half in and out of his cassette deck, and Soundwave's just looking at him, in or out, Ravage.
Yeah.
So that seems to be a cat thing. And as far as thresholds, I don't know, but as an Eye of Ra, as a guardian, I could see Bast having a role to protect transition points. So
Yeah.
I think the idea of having a shrine near the threshold as a way to protect it has a. I think it's a logical thing, and you never know what we might find. I also think of like the Chinese Fu lions guarding doorways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's basically what they were going for with the sphinxes in the Karnak complex.
Yeah. And by the way, Creature of Legend, thank you for your super sticker. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to do a happy dance for you. And Sean asked, could it have been taking the cult statues to the top of the pylons to make an appearance? You know, we don't know. It would take more research. Researching, what references there are to calendars and to what's done. And so you'd have to be studying a lot of temple inscriptions in order to find out. It could be done, but that could be a research project. So beyond that, we're just, that's the funny thing. What I have found is that if you go with your gut, sometimes you go back later and you find research that matches what your intuition was. And it's like, oh, this makes sense. And you had that gut feeling all along, but something comes along and verifies it. Sometimes, you end up having to refine your thought a little bit, but it's always amazing when you get those bits of insight that prove your intuition correct.
Yeah, that help demonstrate they're just like us.
Yeah. And so I'll be talking more about some things that I found when I tape for this month's episode, which hopefully I'll get to that this weekend. But let's go ahead and get started. And one other thing to consider, because it's February 9th, the new moon is tonight or tomorrow, depending on where you are. And just think, 2 new moons from now will be the big solar eclipse. And hopefully we will be filming that as it happens. And also, oh goodness, what was I also saying about things with that? And you know what? I don't remember what the other thing is. I was just thinking about the eclipse and where we're going to be and all that good stuff. It's going to be really exciting. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Like I said, it's been a long week.
Super long week.
Okay. I might have been going to say something about the animation because I've been working on that, and that's something else that'll be coming up in a future video. Okay. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. His technique purifies me. Hail unto you, and unto come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Is there any way you can kind of like tilt your hands a little bit? Our purity is upon our hands, our purity is within our hearts, and we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. Hey. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure.
Man, it was cold.
So I figured maybe by catching the inside of your hand instead of the back of your hand, you're going to be more sensitive on the back of your hand than on the palm of it. I was trying to help, man. I really was.
I know, man. I'm just sensitive.
Well, just think, come Egyptian New Year, you'll be glad for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole chunk of the year where it's a good thing.
Yeah. And there's part of me that still wonders if it would be fun if we had Morgan sitting in with us, for things like that. Be some additional entertainment for everyone. But, you guys will have to sound off on that and tell us what you think. But Oh, okay. So Hecate has a feast tomorrow. I didn't know. And so you braided some garlic and leeks. Oh, that sounds really cool. Makes me think of chili bistros.
Makes me hungry.
Oh, cool! And when I says there's lots of folks of Chinese descent at work who so we got free chicken and pork rolls. That's really cool. Yeah, and it's really interesting what I've been reading because they're talking about the Chinese New Year. And it's funny. According to the Chinese zodiac, I am a fire snake, which is kind of appropriate, especially considering goddesses like Wadjyt and Sekhmet, who can also take the form of Uraeus.
Right.
And so I was like, so that's why I think sometimes the astrology and things like from other systems can still give you hints about, what your connections might be, with Egyptian, the Egyptian pantheon. So let's go ahead and light our Eye of Horus. Come in peace, bright Eye of Horus. Come, oh come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain.
Receive the light.
Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, who will be joining us in the future, and who has been with us in the past, that they may join us again. This Eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we'll light our candle for Shu, since he has a connection with the Feast of Lifting the Sky that just passed. May also have a connection to the Feast of Entering the Sky. If we can manage not to suffocate the flame. There we go. For Mama Sekhmet, that she may bring healing and protection to all of those who need it. There we go. I think it takes about 3 tries. Alrighty. You arise in the Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, O Amun, Lord of Thebes, O Wadjyt. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunetchidu, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters, that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Yunetchidu, these cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yunetchidu, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. Give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, it cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus, O Yunetchidu. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live, and the produce of the garden. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yunetchidu. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Yes, and included on the plate is this carrot actually came out of the garden. It's managed to survive the heat over the summer, and that's one of those things I definitely wanted to say thank you for. You okay? I hope that's not the incense.
Okay.
The gardens prosper and Happy rejoices. I see. Overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Yuneshuru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. That's a fairly new one. It's supposed to be frankincense, but I hope it's not disagreeing with you. Starting to think we need to do a video on allergy friendly incense.
We might need to.
Yeah, and some other things related to that because it's come up in discussion. But
Yes.
yeah. I tell you, since Darren is stepping out for a minute, I know that this doesn't take long because it's a half stick. So pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure is Amun within his house, and Wadjyt within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure for Amun, for Ra Horaketi, and for Wadjyt, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Amun, O Wadjyt. Come to your bodies, O Yuneshuru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these, your offerings, and partake of them. Oh, okay. Try not to catch the flowers that I have set up on the altar. There we are. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Amun, before Wadjyt. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Amun Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisud Nebkepere Ra, your foes retreat from you. And Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way into God. pour for them these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Orekeru tahenket kakao abdu senaturmehat kutnibet nofre wabet alket naturim and kawan akupu nibu ma keru nibu hirun natura. A voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these aku, all true of voice before the great god. And actually, because it's the new moon, this would also be the time when you would do offerings for the dead in Mesopotamian practice. That would be a monthly observance called the Kispu, or the Kispum. And that's when you would offer water and incense and bread or other things. And the formula that they have on record invokes Nana, the moon god, because it's associated with the new moon. So this is the point when he is within the underworld, basically. But if you worked with other Mesopotamian deities, you could either go through Nana or through Ishtar or Enki or another one as well, and hypothetically and do the same thing. So it would be around the same point in the month. So the more you know. But, and I have actually thought about wouldn't it be really cool we could do some kind of a ritual for that as well. But typically by the time I'm done with with this, I'm kind of tapped out for a little while, so we'd have to do that at a totally different point. But I'm going to step over here and see if anybody's got any prayer requests before we go through and read for Amun and for Wadjyt. And if anyone has any other deities they want to read for. Yellow Earth Horse, very boring. Well, no, that just means you're very grounded. So capitalize on that. Be a grounded and stable person. Okay. Wait a minute. The anime scene. Mark Merlino found what was essentially the first American anime club with the cartoon fantasy organization has terminal liver cancer. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Is in Boulder. Yeah, no, that's something that we wanted to look into. But yeah, but actually, and I was also thinking as we were reading offerings for the Blessed Dead, we did for now this is for those of us going a little further back. There was a comic book artist who worked on several different comics back in the day, but he drew a lot of stuff for the original Transformers comic that ran in the 80s. And I have a complete run of it. It took me a couple of years to track it all down, but there's a particular cover, issue 50, and you've got Doomsday device powered Starscream menacing on the cover, and there's a whole story behind that. But he was the artist who did that, and he passed away of age. He was 91. His name was Jose Delbo. But it's funny, I found out about that, and I was just thinking, because I was in the middle of doing some drawings of my own at the time, and so I just thought, well, may his legacy live on and people continue to draw by hand. So and may the other folks that leave us, may their legacy continue through the next generation. So. This is from a hymn to Amun from Hybis Temple. Hail unto you, Amun Ra Horaketi Atum Kepri, Horus who traverses heaven, great falcon, dappled of plumage, fair of face, lord of the great twin plumes. May you awaken beautifully upon the morning through that which the entirety of the gods says unto you. Jubilation unto you in the evening. The stars worship you at night. The pregnant one lies down in the morning to bear you. Your mother nurses you every day. Ra lives and the serpent dies. You are established while your rebels are fallen, so you might traverse the heavens in all life, stability, and dominion. You spend the day in your bark, your heart being pleased, Ma'at appearing at your brow. As Amun rises, so Aketi shines, the horizon shines. The crew of Ra is in jubilation. Heaven and earth are in rejoicing. Heaven and earth are in exaltation. The great Ennead makes a claim for you. Amun Ra Horaketi comes forth, true of voice. Osiris, foremost of the Westerners, great god, lord of Abydos, comes forth, true of voice. Amun of Hybis, great god, powerful of arm, comes forth, true of voice. Praise unto Amun Ra. I make for him adoration to his name. I give him praises to the height of heaven and over the breadth of the earth. I tell his might to travelers north and south. Beware ye of him. Declare him to son and daughter, to great and small. Herald him to generations not yet born. Herald him to fishes in the deep, to birds in the sky. Declare him to fool and wise. Beware ye of him. You are Amun, Lord of the silent, who comes at the voice of the poor. When I call to you in my distress, you come to rescue me, to give breath to him who is wretched, to rescue me from bondage. You are Amun Ra, Lord of Thebes, who rescues him in Duat. For you are he who is merciful. When one appeals to you, you are he who comes from afar. Okay. Dua Wadjyt, great goddess, eye of Ra, great young feline and daughter of Ra. Hail, O Wadjyt, in your act of striking. Hail, O Wadjyt, Uraeus of Ra, mistress of the sky, mistress of pay, mistress of depth. Hail, O Wadjyt, mistress of the two lands. Oh, and let's see if I've got something for the new moon. Okay. Actually, that'll be in here. Okay, and this is a little something adapted from the Book of the Dead, and this is for the new moon. Open clouds. The dimmed eye of Ra is covered, and Horus proceeds daily in joy, great of shape and weighty of power, to dispel the dimness of the eye with his fiery breath. Behold, O Ra, I have come sailing, for I am one of those four gods at the corners of the sky. and I show you he who is present by day. Make your rigging fast, for there is no opposition to you. Okay, B says, I have a fun request. After consulting my deities, I've made the decision to come out as lesbian to my parents this weekend. Would appreciate support and prayers from the community that it goes well. Absolutely. B, have you watched my video on Dear Mom and Dad, I'm Pagan? Because as I was putting that video together, it occurred to me that this might be good all around advice too. And, I got some folks that I respect and that I trust. And, of course, they're also, like I said in the video, kind of conservative, but I learned quite a bit from them, and it might be some things that might help you. So check out that video if you haven't. It might give you a good strategy, for making your case. And we're cheering for you either way. And gave us just prayers for my mom, stepdad, my friend Margot, and me. My sciatic nerve is acting up a bit today. For everyone else's mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional health, please. Absolutely. And hey, Sabby. Now I got your message, Sabby. Congrats on that. It sounds like you're going to be having a good Valentine's Day, hopefully. And Creature of Legend. Kent has a message from Rob, please. Absolutely. And One Eye, sir, my dearly departed boy baby said, that's your kitty. Absolutely. Well, we ask that Bast take them in and give them a place on the bark with her. She has one of her servants home. May they continue to do the good work of Ra. And life, prosperity, and health for all of us. O Ra, O Amun, place your arms of blessing around all of us. Grant us with life, well-being, and health. Emotional and spiritual and everything else. And to make sure that goes well, let us also come unto you, O Amun, O Ra, as Wadjyt comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. The spet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Wadjyt, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Alrighty. I did, as I was putting the cookies together so that we could do that part, I had one that landed outside of the basket. So I'm thinking that might be our one for everybody. So let me pull this one first and we'll see what it says. Okay, and it says, we first make our habits, and then our habits make us. We first make our habits, and then our habits make us. So if you make them good habits, they will make you a better person. So that's our advice for the week. First, we make our habits, then our habits make us. Okay. And by the way, I did see some more super thanks. Zabalin, thank you so much. And by the way, Gabrielle, I totally relate with because you're having sciatic nerve issues, and I'm having goodness, what was that nerve? I was up late, on Cleveland Clinic or some other website, and it was talking about like axial or whatever, so some kind of nerve in your shoulder. I'm going to have somebody work on that on Monday, so fun. I'm totally with you on that. But okay. And B says, yes, I watched it. And I actually felt it was one of the signs that pushed me to decide to tell them. Okay, well, I hope that it goes well for you. Oh. And I saw we had gotten a request. Up here from Creature of Legend, asking for one from Ra. And okay, the kanji I'm not that familiar with, but is Hakira part of your username there? Okay, and Sean has a request for one from Kanum and his triad at Elephantine, Satit and Anuket. Absolutely. And I've been thinking when I can get back to messing with ceramics again, because I've had to put that aside in order to draw. But I think I'm actually going to have to put some water in that clay so it doesn't like dry out. But I may try and make something of Kanum, since he was the patron of potters and ceramics. So
May Kanum not go kaboom.
Well, so far nothing else that I've had done has gone kaboom. They just they oopsed and put something in the kiln early. But okay, so I'm seeing those fortunes requests, but we're starting with Creature of Legend from Ra, and then next is Sean, and we'll go from there. And I tell you what, this was something that I did at the local ceramics place, and he's an original character that Darren came up with, and he is one of a couple of our coffee bots, you could say. But
Yeah.
Oh wow, Creature of Legend. I think that one was waiting for you. I get the feeling that Ra was like, glad you asked. Here you go. Creature of Legend. Mighty forces will come to your aid. Because you asked. And then remember, this comes from the boss. Mighty forces will come to your aid. So there you go, Creature of Legend. And next, a request for Kanum, Anaket, and Satit from Sean. You maintain a sense of balance in the midst of great success. Now I've noticed that we've been getting some fortunes that it could be kind of a ways off, but
That's telling you to work for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
but you maintain a sense of balance in the midst of great success. So
That's
Uh,
that's advice. As
Yeah.
you succeed, maintain balance.
yes, yeah, and so don't worry about things, you know, going bad. Just focus on keeping that balance, and you'll be all right. Maintain a sense of balance in the midst of great success. Okay, so and thank you, Ashley. Um, Alrighty, and so Savvy from Bast, and then one for Love Deluxe. Okay, Zabalin's gonna go to bed. Good night. Thank you for joining us.
We love you,
We love you.
Zabaylon.
Sleep good. Um. Oh, and Ori says I made a new Kemetic friend just now. I'm going to link them here. Awesome. Okay. So Savvy, and then for Love Deluxe. Okay. Alrighty, Sabrina, Sabby. The virtuous find joy, while wrongdoers find grief in their actions. The virtuous find joy, while wrongdoers find grief in their actions. So, be virtuous, and you will find joy in what you do. Okay, so next is for Love Deluxe. For Love Deluxe, you will always possess a charm and sense of humor that attracts others. You will always possess a charm and sense of humor that attracts others. And sometimes we need those little affirmations. Darren was just telling me that I have my own charm with people. I tend not to think about that because he's the one that usually has the knack for working a crowd. But but the gods are telling you, Love Deluxe, you have charm and attract people as well. So. All right, so for Snarky, and then Thrilo. Okay, I'm going to I put up my calendar today and planned on filling the dates and making it a habit to worship consistently and celebrate the holidays. Awesome. Now, if things get chaotic and you have to miss something, don't feel bad because that happens. Trust me, I've been there, and but it's still a good goal, and we're cheering you on. So okay, sarcastic. Huh. Sarcastic. You maintain a sense of balance in the midst of great success. And maybe this is a way of saying, don't stress.
Yeah.
Things are gonna go well. Just keep your sense of balance, and you'll be good. So the next one's for Threlo. Oh, Threlo got 2. I think somebody was waiting to talk to you. Whatever the mind of a person can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now, that's the first one. And the second one. Sharing little joys offers great hope to others. So, Threlo, whatever the mind of a person can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Sharing little joys offers great hope to others. So you have a chance to shine a light for somebody. And of course, this is paraphrasing. There's, how did it go? If your mind can conceive it and your heart can believe it, then you can achieve it. So it's echoing that. So go Threlo. And next is for One Eye, and wanting to know how Kitty is doing. And I understand. I mean, when you have a pet for that long, that's a major chapter of your life, and so it's no small thing to have to commend them back to the gods. You know, I know one day that's going to be us, and we're going to be a puddle when that happens. But okay. Now it's alter ideas and you alter the world, spelled ALTER as in to change. Alter ideas and you alter the world. So change ideas and you change the world. I get the sense that that's telling you the way you're looking at something is what's giving you a hard time.
Right. Don't worry about being the completely original first. Just worry about making something better that you see out there.
Yeah, well, this was specifically in regard to their kitty that just had to pass on after 15 years. And you know, it's funny because the request said, I know this is a bit obsessive, but I want to know how about, Seti's soul. He was my best friend for 15 years.
You know,
it's definitely speaking of transition.
That's somebody telling you your kitty is okay and move forward.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have a funny feeling your kitty is going to pick out the next kitty for you.
Yeah.
I'm noting that they often do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think they're saying stop feeling guilty and stop feeling bad about it. Seti is okay.
And still with you.
Mm-hmm. So alter ideas and you alter the world.
It's okay to let yourself feel better.
Okay, and so Ashley from Heru, and then B, please, from anyone but Seth if he has anything in particular to say. Okay, Demetrios, I miss watching your live stream, but welcome back. And okay, that's fitting. All right, and Ashley, thank you for your super sticker. Of course, there'll be we always have Kid Ptolemy do a happy dance, and we'll see if we can have some other characters do some things with it. But Ashley and then B. So we're doing. It's cool. We're doing Horace and then Set. So. And what's funny is the camera can't see it, but that statue with either one of them standing on either side of Ramesses III. I've got that overlooking everything, so they are in attendance. So first, for Ashley from Heather. Oh, you also got two. First one. Play the lottery today. Lady Luck is upon you.
Wow, that's direct.
Just remember your friends. But now there's another one here. So
they weren't beating around the bush on that one.
All right, now the second one. Virtue is its own reward.
Be smart when you win that lottery.
Right. Play the lottery today. Lady Luck is upon you, and virtue is its own reward. So just if things turn out don't turn out the way you want them to, don't feel bad. Do it because it's the right thing to do, not expecting something. But you can still go and play the lottery. Yeah, you might get something lucky. And of course, another way you can read that second one is, the people who were good to you beforehand, those are the ones that you take care of. The ones that show up suddenly when you're rich and famous and all that. No. If you weren't with me when I was nobody, then you don't get to come to the party now.
No doubt.
And Darren and I have talked about that plenty of times. So that can also be a message as well. When you're suddenly rich and successful, stick with the people who were with you before then. Okay, so for B, from Set, and then we'll go to Gabriel. Okay, here we go. From Set. Wow. B, you value freedom. Grant it to others. You value freedom. Grant it to others. Of course, I was immediately thinking of what you said about coming out to family, and again, remember they it's going to be a bit for them to digest. So give them the space to chew on it, But we still hope it goes well for you. And that could be, Set telling you how to do it successfully. So, all our hopes and prayers are with you. And Gabriel from Mama Bast, and then Mary Wadjyt from Wadjyt. Mama Bast. Establish harmony and balance in your life. So there's your message. Establish harmony and balance in your life. Funny, we've been getting a lot of that, a lot of message of balance.
They're telling you to step back for a minute and take a breath. Because, we've been getting all this positivity, go for it, and everything else. But anytime you're going for something that is really important to you, the world tends to clutter things around you to attempt to distract you. They're not telling you to take a step back from your goals. They're telling you to quiet your mind so you can avoid all the BS.
I've also been getting this feeling that this is a good time to go and clean out.
Yep.
Clean, get rid of clutter, so that good energy can come in. And of course, it being the Lunar New Year, and I always feel kind of funny calling it the Chinese New Year because it's observed in more than just China, as I understand. But in the Lunar New Year in that part of the world, and everyone that hails from that region that, are in, the West and other places, all observe this particular New Year. And so this is a time when they're going to be cleaning up and doing out with the old and the bad and in with the new and the good. So that just seems like a good thing to do for all of us right now. And I guess maybe that's part of that balance they're talking about. So, all right, so Married Wadjyt, and then Katie Horton from Set. Oh, and don't worry about being late. You're still here. Okay. Oh goodness, lots of stuff going on here. Thankfully, no cancer on my end, but family's been losing pets. Both aunts lost pets, and yes, we were just talking about how much they're like your kids, and they form a.
They are family.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we have.
Pets are always family.
Mm-hmm. Well, Darren is Ducky Daddy, so.
That's right.
Okay, so Married Wadjyt, and then Katie Horton. Okay, from Wadjyt. Okay. Oh wow, very appropriate from the opener of the way. Walk that straight and narrow path for now.
That is point blank.
And that's Wadjyt for you. Walk that straight and narrow path for now. So don't take any shortcuts. It's funny, actually. One of the survivors of the Donner Party, a young girl, wrote to her cousin back east and said something that included "Don't take no shortcuts," because the whole thing was they got bogged down at what was supposed to be a shortcut.
Yeah.
Stay on the path and don't take no shortcuts. So, okay. For Katie from Set. Oh, neat. If you look in the right places, you can find some good offerings. Now, the way they wrote that, I think it might have meant just offerings, for you. But of course, for us, it has an added meaning.
In life.
Yes, but whenever you have good things in life, we always offer part of it in Thanksgiving. And so Set is telling you, if you look in the right places, you can find some good offerings. Okay. Oh, Ori. Alrighty.
I mean, what do they know, really?
Yeah. Alright, taken care of. Okay. Oh, and sarcasm. I think I missed Love Deluxe's cookie. Let me see if I can, because I think it was like the second one. Okay, and
Hey, Love Deluxe, is there a Love Regular?
oh, and Freddie Silva. Hey, good night from Brazil. Awesome. Let's see. Oh goodness. Yeah, don't go under. Just offers us some water. Cool. Okay, so for Ori, and then we're looking to see what Love Deluxe's was. Hold on. Because okay, that one was for Sabby. Did we read for Love? Because what I've done is I put them in order. So let me scroll back to see what order Love Deluxe was in, and I'll be able to tell you exactly which one it was. Okay, so yeah. All right, so that was first was Creature of Legend, then Sean, then Sabby, then Love Deluxe. So number 4. And so that would be 1, 2, 4. You will always possess a charm and sense of humor that attracts others. So that was for Love Deluxe. I'll set that one over here. Now for Ori. There we go. Oh. Romance comes to life this year in a very unusual sort of way.
Pictures. I want pictures.
Oh, well, you never know. Romance comes to life this year in a very unusual sort of way. You might meet somebody, in something completely different and unexpected. Hey, Valentine's Day is this week. And certainly we offer a prayer for everyone who is looking for someone to call their own, who's going on a date. And for those of us that have somebody, may it always be happiness and good tidings. So, love you too. Okay. If anybody else has a request, let's go ahead and get those out, and we can get that wrapped up.
Do cheeseburgers count?
Wait. Oh.
I think I'd like to have a message.
Okay. Oh, and one on you. Yeah, you follow. So you ended up dozing. We did pull one about your kitty, and so just a general advice cookie, because the other one apparently isn't happening. Okay. Yeah, no, I got some Valentine's decor for Seth's altar. Well, actually, what's funny is I've got a thing of chocolates, Valentine's chocolates in here, along with the garden vegetables.
What's the green thing next to the carrot?
Oh, it's a little bit of a Turkish chocolate.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently there's a lot of food stuff that gets packaged in Turkey. Because I asked the guys at the Middle Eastern grocery store, and they're like, yeah, that's where we end up getting a lot of stuff from. So it's just seems to be a hub.
Supply.
Yeah.
Thank God for all of them.
Oh goodness! Oh, poor thing. You get up at 5 a.m. now that you have a job, so I come home beat. I totally understand. Well, I'll tell you what. Because hold on. Alter ideas and you alter the world. So Love Deluxe, not Love Deluxe, One Eye. It was, and keep in mind it's alter spelled ALTER, so as in to change something. So change ideas and you change the world. And we were talking about how you were concerned about your kitty, and I think the message was don't beat yourself up and don't be stuck in feeling bad about it. Um, Change your thinking about it, and you can move on. And
Kitty is still doing good work, and Kitty's going to find you another kitty.
Yes. So alter ideas and you alter the world.
I can almost.
Kitty will be watching over.
I can almost feel that cat purring from here.
Aww.
Yeah. You are well loved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through our wrap up. But again, if somebody's got a request or something that needs prayer for something, we don't sign out until everybody's gotten what they need. And totally understand about that. Getting up early and being wiped out by this time of the evening.
Yeah, because come April, it's going to happen to me.
Oh, goodness. I didn't think about that, but yeah, you're probably right. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Asat in Nichiru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wadjyt in Dep endures. As the name of Jehutin Kemenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Amun, O Wadjyt. You have come in peace, O Yunachiru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Amun, Wadjyt. May you go forth in peace, O Yunachiru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. Now again, if anybody else had any other requests, then we'll make sure we got that. I ate the Antichrist. Hey. I know. I knocked something over. Let's see. Alrighty. Oh. There's some things that I know about from another friend who's no longer a friend of ours, but with the things I know about them in mind, one, I'm certain that you were a lot but you were very circumspect about, you know, what you had to do for your cat, and you gave it more thought than other people have. And I don't think SETI has any regrets. So you don't either, okay? King Elias, good to be here. My first time catching you live. Well, hey, that's awesome. Howdy. And Katie says, prayers for me. My relationship is not that great right now. I want things to work for us. Well, if they're treating you good, then hope things work out. But if they're not treating you good, then you deserve the best. And if that means it's time to move on, then we'll
be there with you. You're not going to do this alone.
Right. But I tell you what, you know what's funny is I happened to knock over something with my chair, but that might have been somebody saying, hey, how about it? So this is actually something for Ishtar, who was, of course, known in Egypt. And I'll read this for you. And this is for everybody, and especially with regard to relationships and things like that. Thus speaks the Queen of Heaven and Earth. Remember, I am the goddess of love. I will cherish you, extend your life, and add joy to your days. Do not say, woe, it cannot be done. I am Inanna. I create what cannot be created, destroy what cannot be destroyed. You should say, my mistress is the capable Ishtar, queen of heaven and earth. With her is the power, and I shall not fear. Adalal Zikirka Ishtar, which means, I praise your name, Ishtar. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Love you guys.
And if you're by yourself, remember to love yourself. It's okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Take yourself out to a nice dinner. I would.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be in that Conan O'Brien kind of learning to love yourself thing.
Google that, boys and girls.
Yeah, look that up on YouTube. That was hilarious. Yeah, Ishtar's right in the first zombie apocalypse. Yeah. Well, that she drank Enki under the table. Ishtar's done some really fun stuff. And so that's something else I'm going to get back to writing on once I'm done with my project. So.
She'd be a fun date, but it's not casual. I can tell you that.
Well, you better stand and deliver.
No doubt. As long as she can adapt.
Yes. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. Hang on, let me see if I can get it to type this out. Thank you so much for joining us. Safe and well. Have a great weekend. And see us next week. Or tune in next week. All righty. Lots of love to everyone. Thanks as always. Yes. Big hugs, everybody. We love you.